Okay, so to get your files, you want to head on over to createswithlove.com, and then you want to head on over to my resource library, click on that. And then right here, if you don't have the password, just scroll down right here and you can gain access to my library where I store all of my free files. If you already have the password, just type it in right here, hit enter. And right here is the Dollar Tree 2020 Elves templates. Go ahead and click on that link. It's going to download the files if you're on a Chrome browser in the lower left-hand corner, or it might default if you have your computer set up to download your downloads elsewhere, so check that area. What I like to do to make it easy for myself is I simply just drag this onto my desktop, and then I close the website because I don't need it anymore at this time. If you want to go to the tutorial, you'll be able to do that here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this for now. I'm going to double click, or actually I'm going to open up Cricut Design Space, right? Because I'm going to go ahead and just download those files into Design Space. So I'm going to double click that. Okay, I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so you can see it better. Okay, so I'm going to click on New Project. I'm going to click on, or before I upload, I want to make sure that I unzip the file that I want. So I'm going to double click on that folder that we downloaded. And it's Dollar Tree Elves. I'm going to double click that. For me, I want the SVG as I'm going to use that in my Cricut machine. I'm going to take this file and just drag it over here. That's the one that I want. I can close this as I don't need it now. The file's up here. So I'm going to click on Upload. So what I'm going to do now is get this SVG file into Design Space. So click on Upload, click on Upload Image, and take this SVG and just drop it. When it turns green, just let it go. And here are our files. I'm going to go ahead and put just elves is fine, and save. I'm going to click on the file. Once it's green, go ahead and click Insert Images. And this is going to upload all of the images. These are all the files that I designed for you. So you can mix and match them however you like, change the colors, make them a little bit bigger, make them a little bit smaller, use them on, other things besides the Dollar Tree Elves. But this is a good start for you. You can always choose a font that you like. If you want to use the same font I did for this right here, I used the Birthday Party font. And I also used Forever Grateful font. So you decide how you want to do the names, but this gives you a great start to pick something. So as an example, what I do to just kind of simplify this is the first thing I do is I ungroup it. And if I know I'm just going to make one elf, I will just pull to the right what I plan on using. So let's just say I want this mask and I want to make it in like say a white glitter. So I'm going to put light gray so I'll remember that that's glitter. And let's say I want to use this here. I like these to be about 1.5 inches. I find it works best, but you can decide for yourself what you like best. And if I want to do that in white vinyl, or iron-on, I'm going to click on white. So I know I want that, and let's say that I want a snowflake, and I want the snowflake to be maybe a green glitter. I'll just put green right there. And then let's say that I want to do, let's say I want to do a COVID Christmas. I'll take this here, or wait, you know what, maybe I want this one. Who knows? And I'll just do this one. Let's say I want those in white as well. So I'm just going through this really quick. You can size them how you like. and then say that that's what you want, and you don't, or let's say you maybe you want the earrings as well. We'll put those in like maybe a pretty red. So we'll take all of this and we'll group that we're not going to use, and we'll click on group, and then we will shut that layer off. So right here is your project of what you're going to make for that one elf. And then all of these are still here. If you want to use them, you would just unclick them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I've ironed these on. I'm not going to go through and show you how to load your files and read them. This is just simply how to get the files so you can process them. Just make sure you pick your materials for each one. Mirror your project since it's a heat transfer vinyl project. And then I will meet you over at the Maker to show you how I ironed it on and what I did really cute to the mask with the ribbons. All right, I'll meet you over at the Maker. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the ribbon. I'm just going to use my glue gun. I happen to have a Black & Decker cordless glue gun, which I dearly love. And I have it sitting on one of these silicone pads to protect my work surface. And then plus I have one of these heat transfer reflective sheets that I always use whenever I'm using glue or paint or anything like that, because I can easily wipe it off. But basically I've already used the iron-on glitter for the mask itself, and now I've cut, let's see, I think it was, I don't even remember what it was. The ribbon length is almost 4 inches. So one line below 4 inches is where it's at. And so basically all I'm going to do is, let me just wipe this off here. It's been sitting there. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue on. Just a little bit. Doesn't need a lot. And of course you get the strings, whatever. I'm going to put it right where I want it. I'm going to kind of angle it up. And then I'm going to take my protected finger here and just smush it. I have found this to be the easiest and quickest way to get these on. And I love these things. It protects your fingers. You're able to get these glued on so much quicker than if you're not using these little things for your fingers. So there's a hot tip, no pun intended, for you. And then I'm going to come here. This is the side. Basically, I'm just wrapping it around the ear. I'm trying to keep it in camera, so it's a little bit awkward for me, but I'm going to dab, or I'm going to just place it where I want it to go. And again, just push down right where I want it to glue. Okay, and you don't even have to hold it very long at all, and it just gets sucked right in where it needs to go. I've got my little stringies, which I can clean off here in a minute. So I'm going to grab my next one, and I have noticed, you know, some ears are a little bit higher, so you might need to take that into account. Like I might want to pre-measure this one because that ear does look pretty high, just to make sure that I can handle it. Yep, it's going to work. So, but keep that in mind, because some of these elves are, you know, it is what it is considering where they're made. Okay, so again, I'm going to angle it up so it goes up towards the ear, push down. Whoops, that one stuck to my finger. So this is a great example. If you make a mistake, just try to get some of the glue off the back. Take a sharp pair of scissors and just clip off a nice clean edge. And just redo it again. It's no big deal. I make mistakes all the time. So again, angle it and push. And have it go around the ear. Put a little dab there. Sometimes when I'm not on camera, just enough glue will come out of this little, you know, the glue gun tip. When that happens, I don't even move the glue gun over. I just put my ribbon, like say this is where my glue gun is, I'll just put my ribbon and just rub it, and I actually get enough glue out of it. But since I'm trying to show you on camera, I did it a little bit differently than what I am used to. But you see how easy and how quick that can be done. And there's our cute little elf that has little ribbons for her mask. Yay, so cute. Alrighty, as you can see, I've got all these guys and gals lined up here that I've already completed. They are ready to go. And I wanted to just kind of give you a quick little overview of what it's like to put the iron on, especially using the Easy Press. So I use it on the medium setting. You see that with the 2 green lights means it's on medium. And you want to do it for 5 seconds, preheat, 25 seconds over the heat transfer vinyl. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get right on it. As you can see, this one, I already put the mask on and I used my glue gun to add the ribbons. These are the ribbons that I'm using. I have these on hand, and I thought they would be really cute to make these masks look a little bit more realistic. I'm making this Zoom elf for my mom because she's 80 years old, and I'm so very proud of her for starting Zoom meetings with a lot of her lady friends through her church and through her sewing groups. And she's just been so amazing to be able to use software, right? So many people are using software like Zoom on a computer that they never thought that they would ever dream of because of the COVID. So I wanted to make her a Zoom elf that's special, that maybe she could sit there if she needs to take a break from one of her meetings or just have fun with her lady friends. So anyway, this one's from my mama. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to just show you how easy it is to apply the heat transfer vinyl. I've got 2 different vinyls here. This one, the white, is the Cricut Light, but you could use any vinyl that you have on hand. And this is the Cricut Glitter vinyl here, okay? And the same thing, the rest of the vinyls I'm going to use here are the same vinyl I mentioned here, just in different colors. Okay, so I'm going to put a heart right here, so I'm going to go ahead and preheat for 5 seconds. So just rub it there for 5 seconds. And then take your transfer and line it up how you want it. That looks good. The main thing is to be able to add some pressure to it. So if you have a problem, I would suggest this. If you have like upper body strength issues, I would suggest for the best press to possibly just put your press or put your Easy Press on it like that. And then if you have, like I said, the upper body strength issues, go ahead and just put your hand over it. I mean, my head is probably going to get in the way, but just kind of lean into it and count your 25 seconds that way. Okay, because what the Easy Press Mini wants to do with the elf is create a good firm pressure, and you're going to get the best transfers that way. So you're basically going to count off 25 seconds, and on these other little transfers I'll go ahead and fast forward so you don't have to wait the full 25 seconds. But just a hint too, I have found that the Cricut glitter vinyl actually adheres quicker than this vinyl, the Cricut Light. So just a little tip for you, if you want to wheeze through these quicker, you can do the glitter vinyl. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, and what I do is I just lift up and then I let it sit there because it's a warm peel, not a hot peel. So what I do is I move on to my very next transfer that I want to do. So for this one, I want to skip this area here. I'm going to go ahead and go down to the foot where I'm going to add the 2020. So again, I'm going to do this one on this foot here. You want to do the 5 seconds warm up. and you place your vinyl down. I'm going to move this up so I can keep it in your vision here. And then again, 25 seconds. I'll go ahead and fast forward through this part. So what I do, I just got done with this one for 25 seconds, so I'm going to drag her down, and this one that I just did before, it's now time to peel it. Go ahead and pick up your transfer and just peel it back. This one's good to go. So this one, we're going to wait while we do our next transfer, and that's how you can just kind of keep your system flow going. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on up to here where I'm going to put this little COVID cute little fake snowflake is what I'm calling it. Be careful not to iron over that. What I like to do when I have a transfer here is pick up some, I love these sheets. I use them all the time for so many things. Definitely grab yourself some of these if you don't have any. I will link it in the description below, but these are some of my crafting best friends. So what I'm going to do is cover this just so I don't accidentally ruin what I've already done, okay? So I'm going to cover that right there, and I'm just going to heat this area right here for the 5 seconds. Okay, and I want to put my little COVID snowflake right there. And I'm gonna, since this is still so close to this, I'm just gonna go ahead and press it with this right here. That way I don't have to worry. I love not having to worry. So 25 seconds. And then one thing I wanted to mention too that I found helpful, actually before I get to that, but I want to return to that. So now we're going to turn this over. We're going to peel this guy off. This was our last one that we did. We're just going to peel it off. We turn back over this way. So what I wanted to mention was that if you're working on a transfer, let me see, such as, I think it was this one here, but in any case, any one that you do that kind of goes over the edge, after you press it for the first time on this side, don't be afraid to flip it over and just really press down hard on this side. What that does, I found, is helps with any transfer that might be kind of close to the edge. It helps flatten it, and it helps make sure that those edges definitely get inside, or definitely get that firm pressure. So there's a little tip for you. So this has actually been long enough. I'm going to go ahead and peel it off. And then we basically just have her earrings left and her name. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do her name first. So I'm just going to do this right here. I'm going to turn it this way so I be sure not to iron the heart. So again, 5 seconds. This way so I can line up her name even. Make sure that your material is flat. I'm going to put it right there. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use that protective sheet just in case. I'm going to put that straight over there and put pressure for 25 seconds. We're going to let that cool down a bit. And now we're going to move to her earrings, which I'm going to move our ribbon out of the way. Going to warm up the earlobe. Okay, and then again, we're going to go down. We're going to remove the reflective carrier sheet off of the name Bonnie. And now we're going to go and apply this earring here. So we're going to warm up that earlobe. I like to line it up straight. All right. So we're going to take this heart off for the carrier sheet. We'll give this one a little bit more time to cool. Actually, since it's glitter, I can actually peel it now. There we go. Okay, so she is done. Put her little mask ties back on. And I would say if you're making these to sell, I mean, you could do the glue, or if you're going to have little ones playing with them a lot, you might want to just kind of tack sew these in place. But for decor purposes or for older people, even like myself, you know, you can get away with using the hot glue. So your preference, you decide. All right, so she is done and she's ready. So I wanted to just quickly show you. To turn this off, you just press the button, and when there's no lights, it's off. So I'm going to move it over to cool off. Let me get this out of the way. So some of these, just so you can see them a little closer, I have this one here. It's got a brown mask. So I designed this one so that if you didn't want to do the ribbons, it kind of makes it look like it has ties. But when I made a design that made ties that went to the ears, and it just didn't look right. The ribbon actually, I think, looks the best. Or just have one of these masks that don't have, like one of these that doesn't have the ties, or go with this one. So I just wanted to show you that. This truck, I made it in two different, you can either use a solid color or divide it up and make different colors for it as well. I've got the plain 2020, I've got the 2020 with the hand sanitizer and the toilet paper, and then this one with the masks on. Of course, the earrings, and like, you know, everything here you can make in whatever color that you like. And then here's some of the other ones up close. This one's got a little puppy dog face and a little paw print. So this one would be more like, you know, not too much obvious COVID except for maybe this part. But you could also use a snowflake instead of the COVID. Like this one here, I included a snowflake. So you could use that for that if you didn't want to concentrate on it being a COVID Christmas. I just thought it would, this gives us options, right? You could put people's names. You could make fun with the Zoom elves, COVID Christmas this way. You have options, and that's what I wanted to do, was include options. What I've noticed is the white glitter, you can see the face through it, and in a way I kind of like that. But then it also it's nice to have one where you can't see their face. So, you know, it depends on what you think your children or what people might like, right? But the plain white, you can barely see the face. With the white glitter, you can see the face. With the green glitter, you cannot see the face. I'm guessing with the red, you would not be able to as well. With the brown, you can't. And I would imagine that with the black, you can't as well. So just things to keep in mind, okay? And then, of course, the earrings, you can make them in different colors. If you're worried about this happening here, you could also put a little bit of glue on the back. I'm not worried about it for what my purpose, where these are going for. But anyway, have fun with these. I would love to see your designs. Feel free to
to share your designs with me on Facebook, or you can email them to me as well. I would love to see your elves. All right, so I think this is it. Have a great day, and remember to create with love. Bye.